Major League Baseball free agency starts later this afternoon. Hugh, we know there's huge decisions for the Phillies. I mean, as big of decisions they've had to make in a long time. Kyle Schwarber's a free agent. JT Realmuto's a free agent. Ranger Suarez is a free agent. We found out yesterday Harrison Bader, and that was expected.
Kind of knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, right. Decline his player option. He's going to become a free agent, too, to make some more money. So they have big decisions to make. But they also have this other thing, like kind of this elephant in the room that really they created a couple weeks ago with the Bryce Harper situation. And it's going to be interesting to see what plays out from here. And from my perspective, there is nothing for the Phillies to do besides go about their business and try to create the best baseball team with Bryce Harper on it and try to go win a World Series. But, Hugh, when this came up a few weeks ago, you had a thought on how the Phillies could kind of rectify this situation. Yes. And now that free agency begins, I mean, if they are going to listen to you, it could be the first domino to fall in this whole operation here.
Yeah. I'm feeling like in order, like there was a lot said. Now this is, follow me, people, because I know y'all probably think, especially after the Midwest thing that happened earlier this week, y'all probably think something wrong with me.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm telling you, it's not. It's the way that I feel about it. And shout out to the dude that wanted to have that conversation last night at the bar.
Yes, by the way, thank you to everyone who came out to our Birds at the Buy at Chickies yesterday.
Time.
It was awesome, and obviously raising money for the Travis Manu Foundation.
Really,
Great
really
time.
Didn't. I mean, I argue with Kyle every day. I don't have the energy to sit at the bar and argue with you about my take.
But we appreciate you coming out.
But I appreciate you coming out. And Joe's looking at me like, what are we doing? But anyway, it's one of those things where there was a lot said weeks after the season, weeks after the Philly season ended, right? There was a lot of bad blood between Dombrowski and Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper came out and talked about how he gave his blood, sweat, and tears for this team.
Stop.
And am I lying?
No, but it's just the blood. It makes, I mean, come on. He's playing first base.
Well,
he's not going to war here.
Did he not fall into the dugout in Cleveland and almost hurt himself again when he came back and played first base? Am I not remembering that correctly?
He did. I mean,
okay, so my story tracks.
Sure, go ahead.
Blood, sweat, and tears for this team.
Yep.
And you had the audacity, you had the nerve to get out there in front of all them good people and talk bad about me?
Yeah.
This feels like a financial apology.
No, what?
Yeah.
So you think the offseason should start with Bryce Harper getting more money?
Well, I think that's what the offseason is going to start with. Because look at it like this, Joe. Follow me. Follow the tea leaf.
I'm trying, but it hurts.
It's, okay, Bryce said what he said, right?
Yes.
Then everybody got quiet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wake up this morning, and I turn on my television that does not have ESPN, by the way, because, that's another story.
Well, that's a big problem with Monday Night Football coming up.
Kyle, I'm trying to wrap it all in. But I saw that they've had the dates for spring training and everything.
Everything.
Right?
The offseason has begun now.
Yes, it has. I feel like it's going to start with a financial apology to Bryce Harper.
So a contract extension for a guy that has 6 years left on his deal.
He's wanted one. Yeah. He's been asking for one for the last couple of years. And this conversation has gotten eerily quiet over the last couple of weeks. I know there's a lot going on, but it's gotten quiet.
It has. So it started loud and it's gotten quiet. Let's kind of go through it and we'll react to all this. And I have something strong to respond to Hugh Douglas, what he's trying to put out there in the universe, because this is insanity. Can we hear from Dave Dombrowski, end of the season? This is what started all this, that Hugh Douglas now believes should lead to a financial apology. Let's hear from Dave Dombrowski when the offseason began. Phillies get knocked out, and Dave was asked how he would assess Bryce Harper's season. Here's what Dave Dombrowski said.
In Bryce's case, of course, he's still a quality player. He's still a all-star caliber player. He didn't have an elite season like he has had in the past. And I guess we only find out if he becomes elite or he continues to be good. I mean, it's not like he's, it's like if you say to me, I look around the league, I was trying to think Freddie Freeman. He's a really good player, right? He still is a good player. Is he elite like he was before? Probably not to the same extent, and so that's nothing negative. Freddie's a tremendous player, and that's, to me, is Bryce. Can he rise to the next level again? I don't really know that answer.
Well, I don't either. I don't either. And if I'm the Phillies, I can't pay someone if I don't know that they're going to be that guy ever again. Bryce Harper, of course, the comments that Hugh Douglas is reacting to. This is to The Athletic a couple weeks ago. Quote, "I've given my all to Philly from the start.
My blood, sweat, and my tears.
Now there's trade talk. I made every effort to avoid this. It's all I heard in D.C. I hated it. It makes me feel uncomfortable." So, look, You're not the only person I've heard say this. I've heard people say, give him more money, give him the contract extension. I was listening. I was in the car the other night, or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, recently, when this all went down, and I was taking my kids back and forth to swim practice, and I was listening to Fritz at 6.
Fritz, okay.
And Fritz at 6 was dropping just pay him, no big deal, give him extra money. Are you guys crazy?
No, listen.
You guys are nuts.
You have to read the tea leaves, Joe. And it might not sound like it's a lot, but saying that something made you feel uncomfortable, that's usually the telltale sign that I need more bread.
Listen, I understand what this is about. I don't care. I know Bryce Harper wants more money. He's asked for money for years here.
Because I could just see him saying, I'm so uncomfortable. He grabbed it.
Yeah,
And then, hey, Kyle, you see the hand on the chest? Oh, my gosh.
I'm going to oh my gosh all of you today.
And then, because Dombrowski already turtled up. And then you know what he says? I'm sorry, Bryce. How can we make this better? $50 million.
Okay. Well, you work on your acting skills, and Bryce Harper works on
annually. That's right, annually, right?
No, like 50 annually.
Well, no, it's like you tack on, like he gets like what, 25, 30?
Yeah, 26.
So on average, we want to, give him a little bit more bread.
No. You got anyone who I'm speaking to all of you people out there. Anyone out there that wants to give Bryce Harper more money right now, you've lost your minds. Look, while we can go through
more money.
While we can go through his feelings, can we talk about some facts here? He signed a 13-year contract. He said he wants no opt-outs.
Yes.
Once you have the opt-out for the player is an ability to renegotiate, basically, right? To reestablish your value and to get more money to extract it from the team. A couple years ago, Manny Machado, who signed at the exact same time as Bryce Harper, same class, same draft class back in the day, that Phillies were interested in both players. Machado negotiated an opt-out. And guess what he did to the Padres? He opted out, and they gave him a brand new contract. But he got an opt-out. Bryce Harper said, I don't want an opt-out. 13 years. Well, you don't get to then do this nonsense in the middle and get more money. So, number one, he signed up for 13 years. Number two, he wanted no opt-outs. Number three, can we please wake up? He is in decline. I don't think he's done as a good player. I think he's going to be good for a little while here. But his days as an MVP of the league are probably over. We like the idea I'm going to pay him more as he ages does not line up for me.
You know why it lines up? Because of what transpired after he said what he said. Dave Dombrowski went out there and backtracked mightily.
Yeah, he's trying with damage control now.
Yeah. That he felt like, see, I think that's the part that you're missing. And this is why I feel like Bryce sits in the catbird seat when it comes to that. Because you were adamant. And there were also, me recklessly speculating, there probably was some conversations being had behind closed doors about potentially, re-signing Bryce. And I feel like that's why Dave felt so strongly about saying some of the things that he said at the end of the season. But when Bryce Harper retorted and said what he said, he retracted it immediately.
Yeah, of course.
And then it got quiet.
Yeah.
Because it feels like it was one of those, well, hey, we don't have to litigate this in the court of public opinion.
Yeah.
Let's sort this out. And Bryce said, there's only one way we can sort this out.
Money.
And you could figure out how you want to do this, but that's the only way. And his agent's a pit bull.
Oh, he's great.
He's one of the best agents in the game.
Yep.
He gets people paid. So I would not be surprised that before I'm gonna put a date on it. Before spring training starts, Bryce Harper gets an extension.
You want me to walk off the show in the middle of a show?
I'm just saying,
I will lose
Joe,
my mind.
And me and Kyle, we'll figure it out. But you'll be back. We'll give you a moment.
I probably will come back. But
no, you'll come back. We'll give you a moment.
Yeah,
but that's going to happen.
It'd be ridiculous if it does. 215-592-9494. Where do you come down? Hugh Douglas thinks the Phillies should give Bryce Harper a financial apology.
No, I don't think they should. I think they are.
Well, they shouldn't, is the bottom line.
I think they
are. The bottom line is no. Again, the contract was signed. He signed it. He wanted no opt-outs. He has not played his best baseball here in the last year or so. The idea of doing it now with 6 years left on the contract is preposterous to me. If there were 2 years left or one, all right, then we could talk about where you're at, how many more years we want to keep you. Also, has anyone thought about the can of worms this opened? Anytime the Phillies say anything about a player, oh, I'm hurt now, give me more money. What if Dave Dombrowski's honest about Trey Turner? This contract's probably not going to age well, might not play shortstop much longer, and then he wants more money because of it? Like, what are we doing?
Who cares about Trey?
Well, I don't care about Trey, but the bottom line is you can't set a precedent of 6 years left on a deal to give out extensions. There is not a single reason for this other than he wants it.
Well, but Bryce is kind of an unprecedented player in terms of what he means to the organization. Nobody else on the Phillies means as much as Harper does.
Yeah.
Sure.
So,
And they've reinforced that.
Yeah.
They've definitely reinforced that.
They reinforced it the day they gave him a 13-year contract.
Well,
I mean, that's a two-way street.
No, that's an enforcement. The reinforcement is keeping him happy.
Exactly.
We don't need reinforcements.
So hold on, because you speak in facts today.
Oh, my
honestly.
God. Oh,
and I know the term
gonna be a long
financial
day.
apology
It's going to be a long day.
the financial apology part's tripping everybody up.
Yeah.
But like, because that sounds crazy, and granted, the phrasing of it is kind of crazy. But I don't think it's unprecedented to give players contract extensions or give them more money for the purpose of keeping them happy and keeping things quiet. Like, the Eagles did this with Saquon this offseason. They got out ahead of him probably asking for more money after the season that he had just to keep him happy. They did this with A.J. Brown, gave him a little bit more. They gave him an extension after they gave Devontae Smith an extension just to keep him happy. Now, granted, A.J. Brown is psychotic, and he's been crazy ever since then, but that's just, that's who A.J. is. And I understand the point that you would probably make that neither of those two things have really worked out. Right. And it's tied up money to both of those players. But here's the difference, though. This is football. There's a salary cap. Like, if you want to tell me they could have had that money to spend elsewhere, you would be correct. That's not the case in baseball. John Middleton can do whatever he wants. He can give Bryce Harper this money and add whoever he wants to this team. Like, I think priority number one is making sure that whatever the hell is going on with Bryce Harper is done with. Just put it to bed. If you want to give him 2 years, $50 million at the end of the contract, I don't care. Like, these years at the end of his deal, at the end of Trey Turner's deal, they don't matter. These guys are going to be limping up and down first baseline.
they do matter. We're going to have to watch them.
I know, but we're already locked into that. We're already locked into that.
That's going to happen.
I'm worried about the now, what's going to matter these next 2 years. Like, if the reason Bryce Harper's been a little bit more mopey, less fiery over the last few years, if it's because of the contract situation, go put it to bed. Just end it. It's the financial apology thing that I totally understand is tripping everybody up. But I think what they need to do is just get this thing out of the way.
You guys are going to... I'm going to lose it today. I need everyone's help. 215-592-9494. I got both of these guys here saying, hey, Bryce Harper. No, he gets no more money, and he'll like it. He's got 6 years left on his contract. He's been a great Philly, and it's worked out the contract so far. I was in favor of the day they gave it to him, but part of the reason I was in favor of the contract was he's out of here, or this is over when he's 37, 38. Who wants 41-year-old players? You know what 41-year-old players look like? Crap. Like, I don't want to watch him at that stage of his career.
How long was Pujols in the game?
Probably right until about 40, 41, and he was limping around the last couple years.
Yeah,
limping.
It was with the Angels, right? It was the Angels.
And then the Dodgers at the end,
Yeah.
He was fat and slow and couldn't move. I mean, what you guys have lost your minds. All right, 215-592-9494. That is how you hop aboard here. I just make it very clear. I wouldn't give Bryce Harper an extra dime. Also, isn't this for when he wins a World Series? Like, Kyle mentioned the Saquon Barkley thing. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to give Saquon Barkley an extension.
But he's coming off Super Bowl.
Coming off a Super Bowl and one of the greatest seasons of all time. Like, that was, hey, maybe we actually undervalued you. You're worth more than that. Here's a couple more dollars. All right, I didn't love it, but I understood it. What, Bryce Harper coming off a series where he hit 200 against the Dodgers? And he, again, didn't hit 30 home runs in a season. Why am I paying him? Because his feelings are hurt? Yeah. This is Major League Buddy stuff. I mean, Kyle hates Major League Buddies, but this is complete Major League Buddies.
This is the bed that I feel this is the bed that the Phillies made. Because you came out with a strong proclamation at the end of the year. You claimed that he was bad, and I'm ad-libbing a little bit. He was washed. He's probably not going to be the player that he once was. You thought it was going to challenge him. And make him work harder.
It went the opposite.
It went the opposite way, especially when you start invoking the fact that you were hurt early in the season, and you talked about how much you have sacrificed to be here, and you talked about how you had a no-trade clause.
Right.
So you have to read between the lines in situations like this.
I'm reading the same way you are, and I'm choosing to ignore.
But see, and this is where the Phillies messed up. Instead of standing on business, like I said, they immediately came out and said, hey, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it that way.
Yeah, they're trying to calm it down that way.
Yes. And now I'm pretty sure what's his name? Scott Boras is sitting back there like, hey. And Bryce at this point, Bryce has nothing else to say. He said what he had to say. Mm-hmm. His agent is going to work his magic now. And that's where it's going to be. There's a financial apology coming.
All right, last thing, and then all your phone calls. 215-592-9494. Kyle's right. There isn't a salary cap, right? There's a luxury tax. The Phillies go over it. They spend as much, almost as much as anyone, not named the Dodgers. They'll spend as much as the Yankees and close to the Mets and all that. But they do have a budget. They don't tell us what it is. It's not capped. That's not the rule of the game. They do have a budget, right? They haven't gone above whatever they've gone to, $300-ish million. Like, every dollar they spend on one player, they can't spend on another. Like, if Taijuan Walker and Nick Castellanos weren't on the books, I think they were more likely to spend on another star this offseason. They do have whatever their budget is.
Well,
so,
I got an idea.
To give him more money. Like, imagine this offseason, Bryce Harper gets an extension. There are an extra $150 million on there. And Kyle Schwarber walks away because the Cubs outbid the Phillies by $50 million. I can't live with that.
Well, I have an idea.
Okay.
Adjust your budget. Look at what the Dodgers just won back-to-back World Series because they're spending more than anybody else. If we're going to compete with them, we might have to adjust that budget anyway.
I don't disagree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, but that budget doesn't have to include more money for a guy under contract for 6 years. It shouldn't.